Hi, Sharks analyst Drew Remenda here, and you're watching Bay Area Sports Wrap.
Nico, obviously the result wasn't what you guys wanted, but ask Mikhail there, just what does it mean to play in front of this fan base this season, and just do you have a message for them?
Yeah, I certainly don't take it for granted with the season that we had. For the fans to show up to all of the games, last game of the season when there's nothing to play for in the standings, and they had a ton of fun. As an organization, as players, we owe it to them to get back to having buildings, a capacity fans like this packing the rink every night, whether it's a Saturday night or Tuesday night, it shouldn't matter. And it starts with a product on the ice, and that's what we have to get back to, because it's so much more fun playing, when the building's rocking like it was tonight than when it's empty. That's why you play the game. There's more emotions that's swapping over from the fans onto the ice, and so it's up to us to get back to that.
Like you spent a little extra time, grabbing a few things from the fans.
Yeah.
Is that something you've made a point to do in the past?
Yeah, I try to, on the way out, stop whenever I can. I mean, at the end of the day, they pay my bills. They come to they buy tickets, they buy merchandise. They love the team, they love us as players. And there's going to be a day where not a soul in the world is going to ask for my autograph anymore. So when I can, I try to take the time and pay them back and put a smile on their face.
Hey, Nico, what happened at the end of the second period? Kind of emblematic of the year. Kind of 2 good goals.
Yeah.
Also against a different game.
Yeah, we've talked about it a lot. It's usually cascades. When we give up a goal, we struggled all year from day one to now to contain the momentum of the game, and it doesn't take much in this league. And then 2 minutes where you're snoozing and the game's gone. Yeah.
I think this loss kind of ensures that you guys will finish in last place in the league. I mean, how does this team get better? What's the next step for this team to try to improve for next year again?
Where to start? I mean, I personally can only look at myself. I'm not the GM. I'm not sitting at the table and putting the roster together. So for me, it's what I can do to get better. So that's what I'm going to focus on this offseason. I think questions of where this roster needs to be improved are, better safe for Quinny or for Grizzy.
David said this morning, though, in terms of ideally that the roster, the team is harder to play.
Yeah.
Is that mental? A lot of that you think, or where does that that hard to play against attitude? Is that mental? Is that physical?
I mean, certain part of it is being physical. I mean, if you're 6'4", you have an advantage against a guy that's 5'8". That's just the way it is. But yeah, of course, even if you're like a smaller guy, you're undersized, you may not throw other guys around on the ice or hammer guys into the boards. So you got to find a way. Maybe there's a 50-50 puck on the draw. There's stick battles where you can be hard. And the other thing too is mental toughness. I think I've talked about it all year. It's very easy to be in good spirits and feel good in September and October. That's everybody. Every player in the league feels good about themselves in September, October. So what are you going to do when your body starts hurting when you play 4 games in 6 days and when you're going through a slump? How are you going to respond in February and March? Also, at some point down the road, not right away, but I want to get back to playoffs. So this is the time of the year now where other teams are going to be in playoffs, like where you got to be 100% and not try to find your game. So this is like how do we have everybody in the roster from day one in training camp till the very last day of the season without very many ups and downs. And obviously we have a lot of turnover and a lot of young guys coming in and out of the lineup. And I take as part of my responsibility to teach them to be a NHL player every day, to never take a day for granted, to show up on off days, get a little extra bike ride in, whatever you have to do. There's always a next game. That's the blessing of being in this league. And like I said, at the end of the day, every single one of us that's going to be here next year, take a long, hard look in the mirror and try not to be in the exact same position when we stand here next year.
Hi, Sharks analyst Brett Hedican for Bay Area Sports Wrap. Please give a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.